Today we're looking at Samurai Showdown Edge of Destiny. Now, not only am I showing you, but I am also bringing it to you, because by the end of this video you will be able to play it on your own computer, on your own cab, on your own HTPC, wherever you want to put this. You can play this to your heart's content. And what a title it is. Now this is not the 360 version. This is the actual arcade version, as taken from the arcades. It's not even emulated. It's the actual official version from the Taito Type X machines, to be more specific. Basically, for those of you who've been watching my channel, the Taito Type X is basically a computer within an arcade cabinet. That's how those arcade machines work. Because to be honest, you know, it's what, 2015 now, almost 2016, and arcades have come a long way. No longer do we have these little microchip boards inside of our cabinets, we have full-on PCs. I mean, at the end of the day, the most powerful computers out there are always going to be the PCs, because that's what gets developed at the end of the day, and that's what then spurs it onto the consoles. So common sense would dictate that the most fastest arcade cabinets out there are the PC cabinets, or in this case the Taito Type X, one specific PC within the cabinet. But we digress, let's get back on track here. So what we're looking at in this video is how to set up Samurai Showdown Edge of Destiny. This is a awesome game. This title comes from pedigree. It's got heritage. It's from SNK Playmore. That's who developed it, basically. And for those of you who've been into the the Street Fighter franchises, Neo Geo, all those classics, they have got pedigree and they churn out top-notch games. They don't turn out crap. Well, I hope not. They're probably going to prove me wrong now. But they have pedigree. And this game is no different. Basically, it's a full 3D version of Samurai Showdown, a classic. It's up to 2 players, obviously, on the arcade cabinets and on console. But for this version, we're looking at 2 players. And like I said, it did come on the Taito Type X. That's it, really. I don't want to waffle too much, because this is an awesome setup. So without further ado, and without me waffling on too much, guys, let's actually get this up and running on our machines. Okay then, as always, go into the description down below, and within that description there will be a link, more than likely to a mega site. Jump on that link, get all over it like a rash, and just download it, and you will end up with a file similar, if not identical, to this one, which is a 7-zip or a compressed file. Okay, because I use 7-zip to compress it, common sense would dictate that you use 7-zip to uncompress, decompress, extract, or whatever it is you call it, to get the files from within it so we can utilize it. So the best way to do that is obviously have 7-zip already installed on your computer, right click, 7-zip, and then extract here. And then you will end up with a folder similar to this one. So as you can see, it's called Samurai Showdown Edge of Destiny with my little name on it, because I like to name everything with my name. All we need to do then is open it up. Okay, first things first, we need to play around with this a little tiny bit to make it work as intended on our PCs. So first off, let's grow this. Let's full screen it. It's exciting. Okay, so these are the files that you will be greeted with, and please stay with me at this point, because there are a few things I need to get across to you guys. First off, when you first run this game, it probably will not work. It needs to embed itself on your system, and there's a couple of ways we do that, so please bear with me. The other 2 problems that come with this game, the caveats as you may put it, are the control system. The controls do not work. No matter how much you configure this game's controls, they will never change. There are ways around it by doing a lot of messing around. So if you are playing this on, say for example, an arcade cabinet where you need your keys to be a specific key set, that can be done. And if any of you do require that, I will go into more detail for it. But I'm not going to go through it on this video because it's a bit intense and not really needed for that many people. The other thing that you need to take on board is those of you with an ATI graphics card. The game will work, however, So it's a weird one. Some of the characters, whilst playing the game, may not have any hair. There's a glitch in the game, which means that some graphics cards, i.e. the ATI ones or the Radeon series, they do glitch out, and some of the characters don't have hair. You know, sometimes we're going to take this kind of knock in life. Basically, the initial game that was ran on the arcades was running on a Nvidia card, and for some reason when that's then translated over to a Radeon card, there are glitches. However, I have been told that if you go in and you enable certain features within your Radeon card settings, Radeon? Your ATI card settings, you can bring them back and you can regrow their hair and they will be normal looking again. However, I'm not going to go again into that much detail on this video, but I will show you how to set it up so you can play this with your controllers, with your arcade sticks, with your PS4 sticks, whatever it is you want to control this game with. I will show you how to do that, so do not worry, they will be fully playable by the end of this video. Okay, we digress again. Jesus, waffle. Right, so these are the files that we're going to be dealing with. Like I said, when you first run this game, it probably will not work. It's got to embed itself on your system. What we also need to do to help it embed itself on our system is actually go through the typex config. Now, those of you who have been following my series and my channel before and have set up these kind of games, this will be very familiar. So basically, open it up and you'll be greeted with a box similar, if not identical, to this one. You go through a few simple questions, you answer them, and then you set up the controls. However, like I said, the control configuration in this box does not make any difference to the actual controls in game. You can set them to whatever you want in here, and well, it just will not change. But please go through this process. Okay, do you use a Mahjong panel? No, I don't. Thank you. So what you need to do is click yes or no. To all these questions, we'll be clicking no mostly, apart from the last one. Do you use a 4-way joystick? No, I don't. I want an 8-way. Low res monitor? No, I want it full res. And scratch drive remap path. This is the part where you then would be, well, basically setting up your control pads. However, like I said, it doesn't work. So click yes, go through it all, click whatever you want. Basically, it doesn't make any difference. For peace of mind, however, for the last option where it says to quit, I would click the escape button. Sometimes it can there we go, escape. It can make an impact if that isn't set correctly. And that is it. That is basically all you need to do to get this to run. I've given you a batch file which basically will run the game and will run it full screen. Also, I've enabled the blood and the English translation. So those of you who've played this game before, it can get quite gory sometimes, and you can end a match with just one stroke if you hit it right. In other words, you chop off the head, or you give a slice to the guts or something like that, or you cut off their arm. Basically, you can end the match in one swipe. However, I'm not that good to do that all the time. There are fluky times and occasions when I will do such a thing. Okay then, so the game will now run. We'll probably have to go through it the first time to get it to embed itself on our system. However, the controls will not work. Now, I've included a text document here. All you need to do is open this with Notepad++, because basically, if you open it with normal Notepad, it will all look a big jumbled mess. Now, as I was talking about the controls can only set in one specific way, i.e. with the keys, and the most easiest way is to use the default ones that are set already. However, in here is a little bit of information that you can go through to actually change these. If you've got an arcade cabinet, say for example, which you like to use just one specific defined set of keys to utilize your controls. However, please, if there's any way around it, just use the default ones, because it is such a pain in the ass to change the keys for this system, and you cannot set it directly to use your Xbox 360 pads, your tank sticks, or anything like that. You've got to use keys. So sorry guys, you stuck with them. However, like I said, we can utilize still our 360 pads, our control systems, whatever you want to use, you can still utilize it. The way you do that is with some kind of joystick enabler. So Xpadder or anything along those lines. I use Xpadder. I fully endorse it. Yes, it's like $5 to buy the license, but in my eyes it's well worth it, and especially if you're into emulation. You can download it for free from all kinds of places, but trust me guys, it's well worth the investment. Anyway, enough of me ass-licking the Xpadder, guys. These are the controls which I would, well, tell you to use, to be honest, without messing around too much. So it's pretty simple. You've got the cursor keys, then you've got the E, S, Z, X, F1 and F2 for start and coin. Player 2 is all written here also. I'll include this in the download, and I'll also probably put this in plain text in the description of the video also, to help you guys out as much as I can. All you need to do then is, with your Xpadder or anything similar to that, is input it into, well, the program. So for those of you who are familiar with Xpadder, basically what it does is translate any keystrokes into a direction or a button on your control system. So for me, I want to obviously use the cursor keys for going up, down, left, right. So let's quickly do that. Up, down, left, right. What's that? Input coin is F2. And F1 is start. Then it looks like A, S, Z, and X. Looks like it's only 4 keys to work, so A. In fact, I'm going to use that one as S for special. Z and X. I'm also going to set these to go up, down, left, right as well for any of those of my friends which like to utilize the D-pad rather than the analog stick. And that's it, it's basically set up now. The directions are set, so now when I press this on my pad, as you can see, it's now pressing things on the actual keypad. Revolutionary. Now this has been around for some time, and if you're not familiar with it, there is thousands, billions, godzillions of guides of how to set up Xpadder. I'm not going to go through this in this tutorial. Just, you know, Google it to your heart's content. There's loads out there which could do a far better job than me rambling on for the next 20 minutes to show you Xpadder as well as this game. So once you've done that, then save it, do whatever you want to do with it. I would suggest to you guys that you go into the auto config options. For those of you who have watched it or are familiar with Xpadder, basically you can make it so Xpadder is always in the background. It'll load a blank profile all the time, so it doesn't interfere with any of your other games or any of your Windows systems. If it detects that a specific game loads up, it will automatically load up a profile of keys similar to this or whatever you've got configured for that program or for that game. It's very good at doing that, and it's a very intuitive way of going about it without going down the whole tying this in with your front end kind of thing. It's a lot more intuitive. So again, Google that, see where you want to go with. It's the easiest route for me to go down, I would say, especially for the Tato games. Okay then, so once you got that up and running, you are now able to play the game in fully controlled situation. All you need to do then is load the game. So this is where you load the game. Simply Austin, full screen, run me. So once I do this the first time, it probably will not load, to be honest. It'll probably give me a blank screen or may not show me anything. If it does happen like that, all you need to do is exit out, exit any program that it's launched or anything like that, and then launch it again, and it should work the second time. So let's do this and see if we can get it to work. Looking good so far. Yep, we're up and running. Boom, first time. We are lucky. It is stable once it's been run once or 2 times. Now this may be quite loud, so my apologies guys. Samurai, spirit within.
Samurai Spirits 10.
Let me put in some credits in. Okay then, let's choose a hero. I'm crap at this, by the way, guys. What can I go for? Let's go for the old familiar, right? Now this is set up with a
When
story. There's
Haramara
loads of
saved the
characters and
attacked
all that
village
kind of
from
stuff.
bandits,
As you
he
can
met a young
see,
boy
I've
called
enabled the
Takachiro.
English speech, so you can actually
Takachiro
understand what's
asked
going on.
Haramara to
Everything's
teach him
not
the
in
way of the
Japanese
sword.
anymore.
It would be a few years later when Haramara and Takachiro would
Yeah,
meet
yeah,
again.
whatever. Get on with it. Okyo. Let's do this, Okyo. I'm gonna make you bleed from your ass. Spit on my blade. So as you can see, the graphics and the actual playability is pretty damn good. Oh, ass wipe. All over me like a cramp on chips. Terrible at this game though. Motherfucker. Kill! Yes. So that is obviously how you win, but not looking very good. That is how you chop people's hands off. Get down, motherfucker! So yeah, I will leave on a good note there. You probably can't hear anything I just said anyway. So that is it. That is up and running. Everything is working as intended. Mission complete. So now you can play Samurai Showdown, Edge of Destiny to your heart's content on whatever platform you want to play it on, whether it be your laptop, your arcade cabinet, your normal computer, your work PC, whatever you want. As long as you can handle this game on your PC, it's there. And that's what I do for you guys. I try to bring you as much as I can, as often as I can. So thank you very much for that. Mission complete. Okay then guys, so look forward. I've got a couple more of these Tato Type X's to come. People have been voting no end on Google about what systems they want up and running. So far I think it's the Sega Saturn that's going #1 in the poll. But you can change that if you wish. All you need to do is jump onto my Google account and start voting for whatever system you want to be released on the new Hyperspin systems. Also in the post I have just had my new Elgato or Elgato, whatever you call it, that is on the way. So now I can get straight back into the Pi setups because I've been having no end of difficulties emulating the desktop of a Pi on my computer. I used to be able to do it, but with my system updates it's just causing me too much headaches. But now with the aid of Elgato I can do it to my heart's content, and you get full 1080p Pi quality on YouTube. So look forward, the Megacade is coming back, and I have got some little treasures to give you. Well, that's it guys. It's a short but sweet one, maybe, depending on how you look at this video. But thank you very much. Please, as always, share this video. At the very least, please guys, please, I plead with you, give this video a like and tell your friends about it. It's the only way we can get the word out and share this Nutri Goodness gaming scene as much as we can, because it really does help bring everybody together in this little tiny community that we're building here. Thank you very much, of course, for everything that you've done for me so far in terms of, you know, giving me likes, subscribing to me and all that good stuff. Catch me on Facebook. I'm just about to release some gaming goodness on there guys, because, well, I try to give you as much as I can, and that's the only place I can really get away with it. So thank you very much, and thank you very much for staying with me today as well guys. I've waffled on far too much. I'm in need of a good drink tonight, so I will probably see you hopefully